Today we're going to work on cleaning this battery up because this thing is kind of gross. So one of the reasons you'd want to clean your battery is because corroded terminals can lead to less current passing through the posts. This can cause issues when you're starting the car. Basically the starter might not have enough juice, so your car just won't start. It could lead to electrical issues, and it could also lead to your battery dying a lot sooner than it needs to. Here's what this dirty battery looks like. Let me just show you the positive post. As you can see, I got a lot of crud and corrosion in there, especially for the positive one. And then the top of the battery is pretty corroded, negative terminal, and even the battery tie down. So I'm just gonna clean this up. All right, this is a pretty simple thing to do, so you don't need too many complex tools or anything like that. You'll need a brush. I have here a battery cleaner kit. You don't really need this, but you will want to get this terminal brush. Instead of this cleaner kit, what you can use is just some baking soda with water to make like a little bit of a paste. Some gloves definitely, because you don't want to be touching all that corrosive stuff from the battery. A couple rags, paper towel, spray bottle with water, and you're going to need a 10mm wrench or socket. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to want to take off the negative terminal first, cover with a rag, and then the positive. You don't want to do the positive first because if the positive touches anything metal, it'll create a short. So it's safer to do the negative first. So negative, then positive. For the positive terminal, I'm just going to use an open-ended wrench because I can't really get my socket in there. What you can do is you can try to clean the battery just while it's here, but I don't want all this residue getting everywhere all over the car. So what I'm going to do now is take off the battery tie down. It's just two 10mm nuts. There's one here, one back here. And I already sprayed these with a little bit of WD-40 just to make sure the nut comes out easier. So I'm gonna take the battery tie down. I'm gonna take out the entire battery, and then that way it's easier to clean while it's outside of the car. Alright, so this one's a little bit longer. So what you're gonna have to do is either get a pass-through socket or just use an open-ended wrench. So I'm gonna use the open-ended wrench. So it actually just came out completely, so that's fine. And then now, time to lift out the battery. First, I'm going to remove the cover. And now the whole battery. And there's two tabs on the side you can use to just pull it out. So now I have the battery out of the car. So it's not terrible, but you can see a lot of corrosion here on the negative, a lot of corrosion on the positive, and you have all this blue like powder. Another thing I forgot to mention is wear a mask and eye protection, because as you're cleaning this off, this stuff is gonna get in the air and you do not want to breathe this in at all. That's not good. But yeah, so now what you want to do is, if you made that paste with the baking soda, you just get a brush and rub it on all the parts that are corroded. Don't go crazy, just put it on there and you'll see that it's gonna start sizzling up and then fizzing. So you're just gonna leave it there for like a few minutes, and then once it's done fizzing, use your brush the rest of it off, and then get a rag and wipe off all that residue. So instead of the paste, what I have here is the this guy, battery cleaner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, spray it on the two posts, and then spray a little bit on the top of the battery, and then I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a bit, and then I'll come back and clean it. I just rubbed the cleaning solution basically all over the battery, any spots that I saw had corrosion on the post, as you can see here. This one here as well. And you can see it just breaks apart all that corrosion. Another thing you want to do is you want to come here with your brush. This is how it works. You basically have this piece that comes off, it's a little cap. So you have this brush in here, this brush you can use, and then you have this inner portion. This is for the posts. So this you can just put on the posts and you can get them nice and clean. So as you can see here, and you see, gets it nice and clean. Same thing with the other one. Nice and clean. After you wait a few minutes, you get your bottle of water, just spray a little bit, and then paper towels, wipe this off. And while I have the battery out, I just took out the tray that was sitting at the bottom. I'm just gonna clean this off. I'm just gonna use a little bit of water. I don't have any soap with me, but if you have a little bit of soap, use some soap and water, clean it off. So here's our battery, looking much better than before. Remember, the goal of this is not to make it look spotless. You don't really need a spotless battery. It's just to get rid of any, corrosive stuff that's sitting on top. So this looks a lot better. Now what I'm gonna do is take that cleaning spray and then spray the inside of the actual terminal connectors. So I'm gonna spray both of these down, and then use the other side of the brush. So use this part. And with this part you can go in and out of the inside of the connector. Alright, battery's clean, tie down's clean. The bottom cover is still a little dirty, but cleaner than before. And then this guy's a lot cleaner, and so is this one. So now we're ready to put everything back in the car, bolt down the battery, and reconnect the terminal connections, and then you're good to go. And then remember, when you're reconnecting it, this time instead of doing negative first and positive second, you want to do positive first and then the negative. Here is the final product. The battery looks a lot better than it did before. The battery cleaning kit came with a terminal protectant spray, so I used that on the battery posts and connectors. That's the red stuff. You can use dielectric grease instead. This will keep the battery and connectors from corroding in the future. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. See you in the next one.